You're live. This is happening. Okay. Oh, that's so close. To this one. Okay. You need to come all the way out. Yeah. Okay. Well, as they can see this when they actually watch the real video. Oh, it looked better on top. Can that be moved? I know.
You can unplug it.
Okay. Or even that box, just because you can't see anything. Oh. So if you just put that on top, that would be great.
What about this? Like, you know what? Let's just use my laptop. I don't think it needs a lot.
It's not high enough, is what I'm saying. Or even that thing, my bag. Seeing all my blemishes. Oh, there's somebody live with us. I wonder who that is. Much better.
How do we find out who it is?
On your laptop you could, but on this is my first time doing a live chat.
What about this?
That is a live chat. Okay, we're gonna go on Instagram. I just realized it's part of a thing. I can't do. Okay. Oh, look at us. Let's do this. Okay, no one has the
Can you
link.
turn that so I can see it?
Share. Copy. Hopefully that copied to this. Where's Natalia? Control V.
Natalia, I hope you're there.
It did copy. It did copy. I love Mac products. That's the video. Okay. It is happening. It is happening. Video. Oh, I'll send Natalia the right link.
How do we see who that is? Oh, you can't.
I guess you just can't, which isn't good. Okay,
Okay.
let's do this. Ready? Let's do it. We're live on YouTube. Hello, YouTube. Hello, YouTube. We are getting live on Instagram. We are live on YouTube and Instagram. Where are they at? Where are they at? And we are going to begin in 3, 2, 1. Oh my goodness, we have so many people that have joined us. Hello, Kasia. That's Kasia from church, I am assuming. And we also have the Art of Selling Dreams. Hello, thank you for coming to the Wake Up and Deviate Talk Show. I'm your host, Beijing Rodgers. Please don't come out of the camera, my darling.
Sorry.
And this is our guest, Kristin. If you have any questions throughout this talk show, please do not hesitate to ask questions, which she will answer. And if you have any comments, Kasia is saying hello. Miss Azur Seals is saying hello. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us. Excellent. So are you guys ready to get started? Instagram, are you ready to get started? Come on in, Kristin. Come on. Excellent.
I like this camera better.
Me too.
Yeah.
Oh, we have another viewer on YouTube. Let's just wait a little bit for more people to come in and we will get started. We even have viewers in person that are here wanting us to get started. And his name is Travis Miller. Sorry, we don't have a live audience for this talk show, but maybe in the future that may happen. So, thank you everyone else who are coming in. Pascal's and Uncaged Spirit. Thank you for joining. So, Kristin.
Beijing.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I am fantastic. So, Kristin, let's get started. I said that 1,010,000 times. And,
Someone's calling me. It's a work call.
Ooh,
What should I do?
I say you don't pick it up, but you must pick it up.
I'll wait. I'll call her back.
Okay,
Let's
and
just hope she's not watching
I was
this.
just about to say that. That'd be hilarious. Okay, so Kristin, how did we create our relationship? Where did that begin?
Well, I've known Beijing her entire life since Beijing was born. We're not related, but I feel like we are.
Yes.
You know, just on how we grew up.
Yes, like sisters.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, I've known her since she was born. I think we probably bonded from going to missions trips when
Yes.
she was like a small kid. I was like 11 years old.
Yes. And we used to do like dances.
Yeah, let's not bring that. But
Yeah.
yeah, we've known each other a long time, and it's great to be here. You know, I wanted to come and support what Beijing's trying to do.
Not trying, is doing.
Sorry, what you are doing and what you're building.
Yes, Kristin.
Because you're getting me out of my comfort zone.
Yes.
This is not me. I don't like the camera.
I was so
But
surprised.
I'm doing it for you.
Yes, I'm so surprised when she said yes. I am honored, actually. You guys should be honored as well that she is here with us, because when she said yes, I was like, let's do it. Because she is not an on-camera person.
I'm
She's
not.
definitely behind the scenes, killing it behind the scenes. But we have her on camera for this talk show. We have a few others that joined us on YouTube. We have 5 others that joined us on YouTube. Welcome, YouTube. Instagram, thank you. Continue to pour in Instagram. And we're just going to get started to the chase. We're going to just take all the knowledge out of you, and you just answer them to the best of your ability.
I will try.
Let's do it. So, can you tell us, how did you get your idea to become a self-starter? And how or when did you know that that was the right idea to roll with?
Okay. So I would say that the idea came to me because companies came to me. It wasn't like, oh, I had this idea, let me go after companies, let me see who could use my services. Really, it was a company came to me and they was like, Kristin, we know you have this experience in this area. Can you help my company? And then another company did the same thing. And so it ended up turning into a business, because here I am working with multiple companies who, I'm making money from. And hi,
we have
Sorry.
some viewers on the outside trying to see what's going on in here.
Sorry, he distracted me.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's really what it is. So like companies asked me, I just said yes. It's like a bunch of yeses that turned into a business, really.
That is crazy. I think that's like the dream come true when you're becoming an entrepreneur. Like for you didn't even know it was about to happen.
I
It was
no idea.
outside circumstances that came to you that said, hey, can you do this? Can you do this? Can you do this? Can you do this? And then you're like, okay, I can provide the service, so let me just create a business.
Yeah. I think that was Jewel.
It
just
was
now.
Jewel.
Hi, Jewel.
Hello, Jewel. Thank you for watching the Wake Up and Deviate Talk Show. For the rest of you on Instagram and YouTube, thank you for watching. We are here with Kristin, my guest, and I'm your host, Beijing Rodgers. And so we're moving on to question 2.
Okay.
Question 2 is, at what moment in your life did you wake up? Did you wake up and realize there has got to be more? There's got to be more to this life. And when did you finally take your first step to deviate from the norm, and what did that step look like?
Okay, so at what moment did I decide to wake up and realize that there has to be more? I don't know if I made the decision to do the business because I thought there was more or it was a better option. It was like that was my option. Like that's what was provided. That was in front of me. There weren't a lot of jobs lined up. It was just a business opportunity. And after I did it, I realized, you know what, this is what I should be doing because it's working itself out.
Yes.
And I remember saying to somebody, I feel like I found my life. Like, I didn't know I was looking for this life, but I feel like I found my life because it's been a really great experience after 4 years of doing this.
Wow, has it been 4 years?
Yes.
That's incredible.
I was about your age when I started.
That's
actually.
crazy.
Yeah.
Look at that. So I'm going to be as
Yeah.
powerful as Kristin when I turn her age.
Okay.
You're like 45, right? I'm just
Yeah, your viewers
I'm
will
just
not
kidding.
believe that. They probably think we're the same age.
I'm just full disclosure, you guys. She's much older than me. That's why we said big sister at the beginning. Okay, big sister. Okay. So we're just gonna pause a bit and see what our viewers are asking because they've been asking when you. Oh. Okay, so someone said, you guys look very pretty and whatever y'all sell, we'll buy. Great. That is great to know. Thank you. Moving on to question 3. Great. So, what were some of the greatest setbacks you faced when stepping out to become a self-starter? And to bring that, it wasn't an idea you had, as you explained. It was more of, it came to you.
Yeah.
So what were some of the greatest setbacks?
I think I'm my own setback.
Oh, wow.
I really think I was my own setback at times because I was afraid.
Yes.
Because I don't like the limelight, and a lot of it required me to step out of my comfort zone and be this person that I never wanted to be, but now that I'm here, I'm glad I did. And, my favorite analogy of facing your fear, a year ago I skydived, and I know Beijing and I have that in common.
Yes, we do.
I like to use skydiving as an example because, when most people think about skydiving, they think death-defying, it's terrifying, it's ridiculous, it's crazy. But a lot of people think about that in entrepreneurship. They really looked at me like, are you crazy? You need to get a job. Like, don't be doing this.
It's not stable. You could crash and burn.
You need a 9 to 5, and you're not going to get a lot of support. There are some families that say, go for entrepreneurship, but you're not going to get a lot of support. So you have to be motivated, self-motivated to be able to do it. So back to skydiving, right?
Yay!
So, there's all this fear. It's death-defying.
Yes.
But I promise you, when you jump out of that plane, it is the most amazing experience you could ever, imagine.
Yes.
I had no idea. My first thought was, this is so amazing, this is so fun, and then you hit the ground and you're like, let's do it again. And that's entrepreneurship. It's scary. Every single day it's scary. But, if you keep at it and you push and you just think of creative things and find ways to keep being relevant, then you'll make it. And, surprisingly, 4 years in, I'm still here.
4 years in, guys. That's a very long time to start a business, to keep it afloat, to grow, because she's grown. She hasn't just stayed at one level. She's gone to a new height, and that's the point. That's the point of life. That's the point of your craft. And so that's really exciting, and that's very inspiring for the rest of us, very inspiring for the rest of us. So thank you. So you would say your greatest setback is yourself.
Yeah,
and I love that analogy of the skydiving, because that's something that I personally can relate to. And let me tell you, when I was on that plane, the moment I stepped foot on that plane going all the way up, I was shaking.
Me too.
I was legit shaking. And it was so funny because the guy behind me who I did it with was shaking with me because I'm right attached to him. And so it's just like the shake. And
why was he shaking?
Because I was shaking. So his body was shaking.
Okay.
And then let me tell you, to take that jump, oh my gosh. I was so, I don't think I've ever been more scared in my entire life. I don't think.
Would you be surprised if I tell you I wasn't afraid?
You weren't?
No.
Oh my gosh, I was petrified.
I went with 2 people that I trusted, my friend and my aunt. And we all did it together, and me and my friend are in the back.
But you jumped out?
No, in the plane.
Oh, yeah,
So I'm with somebody, people that I'm familiar with,
and
me and my friend are in the back, dapping, and we're like, we got this. And
Really? I was freaking out.
no, it was complete calm. I think the only time I started to panic a little bit was when people just started to jump,
Yeah.
And then, of course, the moment right before
There's
that moment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But other than that, it was amazing.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I think that we should tell them to go and skydive.
Definitely.
It's
so worth it. It feels like flying.
It does. And there's
Yeah.
like 60 seconds of free, what do they call it? Free falling. Yes, free falling. And then after that, it's like your body, it's like your hand, when you're like going very fast in the car, your hand against the breeze, that's how it feels coming down.
Yeah.
So there's 60 seconds free falling, and then the rest is you look up and
Yeah.
I did it during the sunset, so I could see the sunset. Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. And if you'd like to see my experience of skydiving, I have a video of it on my YouTube channel. Kristin has no YouTube channel, so you can't see your experience.
Mine's on YouTube.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, I have to show it to you.
You have to.
Yeah.
That's so exciting. Okay. Hey guys. So someone just asked if we're talking about business, and we are talking about business. And then someone on Instagram said that we're both beautiful ladies. Thank you so much. You know, today I woke up feeling, I'm just kidding. I thank you so much. Great. Okay. So what were some of the mistakes that you wished you could have avoided on this journey, the 4 years?
That's a tough one. Because I can't really pinpoint any mistakes, anything that I may not have done. Maybe one mistake I did was not doing certain things sooner. Maybe is that a mistake? I don't know. That's a difficult one for me because nothing on this journey has been a mistake for me. Everything was done in the way it was supposed to. God's plan for me.
Yes.
I have a difficulty answering that one.
Yes. And that's okay.
Yeah.
I think that's fine. You know, whether you call it mistakes, whether you call it failures, they're all learning curves, all learning opportunities. But I think it is needed to call it a failure or mistake, because then you can, break through from that. You can go forth and reach higher heights from that. And it's a great measurement point as well to know, I've gotten this, and this from this mistake or from this failure, And I don't see mistakes or failures being something negative. It's just a bump in your journey that you would encounter, and it's something to learn from. So when you may experience that again, you look back and you're like, this is how I did it that time. I'm going to do it different this time. See if that works out.
I guess
so.
You have a point there.
Yeah, definitely have a lot of points. Thank you.
But
yeah, and so do you. That's why you're being interviewed. Oh, we have sorry, ma'am, do you mind asking your question again? Because we didn't see it. So please ask your question again. Thank you. As you write it, we're going to move on to our next question, which is, how did fear play a role on your journey of deviating from the norm? And how did you handle it to continue to grow as a self-starter?
I think the biggest part that fear played was, me not wanting to be in the limelight. Like I said, like 2-3 years into my business, I didn't even have a website just because well, there's the question.
Yeah. Oh, wow. You got this question. So the question from one of our viewers on YouTube is, we're going to get back to the other question, but this question was, how are women, I said that wrong,
do you have a mentor, and how do you feel about mentoring?
Oh, wow, that's a great question.
That
yeah. That is a much easier question
the
other question.
The other question was asking me to compare women in business versus here in the States, but I don't know if I can speak
and the
to
Bahamas.
that.
The Bahamas and versus the States.
Yeah, the Bahamas versus the States, but I really don't know if I can answer that, honestly. But the other one
Wait. Let's not move so fast. So, because you can't answer that because you've never did business in the States,
no, I have not.
Can you answer it in relation to the Bahamas? How is it being a businesswoman in the Bahamas?
It's great. I honestly, personally, have not felt any setbacks because I am a woman. I am up to the challenge. I've not faced any adversities when it came to my gender or people not wanting to give me opportunities because I'm a woman. So I feel like, yeah, I feel great about it, honestly.
Excellent.
I don't have anything
So you think it's a
negative to
fair
say.
chance for anyone to just start a business, become an
I
entrepreneur in
feel
the
like in
Bahamas,
my niche,
and they'll get as far as...
I think my niche is very female dominated anyway.
Yes.
So I think, yeah, so I think it's good.
That's a good point. That's a good
Yeah.
point. So we hope we answered your question. What? I didn't read that in time.
Do women in business or in the Bahamas refer to Beijing as a Bahama mama?
That is hilarious.
But let's go back to that other
Okay,
one.
so just to quickly ask that question. Okay,
She has multiple questions.
yeah, we've got some active listeners, you guys. We just want to finish this interview. Questions at the end.
Wait, what
No,
was the
the
other
mentoring, yeah. So let's go back to a question given by
mentoring.
Omar. Thank you so much for your question.
Yeah.
And you guys, seriously, if you do have questions for the Recruitment Entrepreneur, that is Kristin Kelly, continue to share them and we will get to them, as many questions as we can. So the next question is mentorship.
Yeah. I think that's an interesting question for me because there aren't too many in terms of this business. I wouldn't say I've had too many mentors. I remember one time I connected with a client through her company and she told me, call me anytime you need some advice, and I remember following up, and now I really don't know where she is.
Oh wow.
You know, like she left that job. I have no idea who she is, but I value that so much, and I love that I can call other HR professionals. I do have my friend Kayla. Shout out to Kayla.
Hey Kayla.
She's not listening.
But we can always send. That's why it's digital.
But,
Always send the video to her.
Lately, you know, she's in when I started my first HR job, she was there, and so I call her a lot for advice. And so she's like probably the closest to a mentor I have right now.
Wow.
And she's also my friend.
Oh, that's
And she
excellent.
works with my company as well. So
Excellent.
yeah.
I personally think that mentors are needed because if you have any wisdom or experience, any of it, why not pass that on for somebody who's going on that same path? Why not? And so I personally have two mentors in my life. I've always wanted a mentor, but no one kind of showed up until God was like, here, now you're ready for your mentors. Take them, run with them. And they came in the periods of my life where I needed them. And so now when I'm faced with these decisions or I'm dealing with like huge companies and I'm just this little person, I don't know what questions to ask, or I don't want to put myself, in a position of like weakness because I don't believe in my quality and my power. They're like, no, you have to do it this, you have to say this, you have to ask this, and so I'm like, whoa, okay, cool. So it's very important to have mentors because they've been through it and they know exactly how to help you go through the situation or experience that you're going through. So excellent. Great question, Omar. Thank you. So we just
There's a lot of funny ones.
So actually these are great questions, but she's just so nervous to answer them. Hello, Instagram. YouTube is killing it with the questions. Instagram is just watching, and that's totally okay. So we just got another question in, but before we answer that question, we are going to continue with the questions for the talk show. So thank you, Josh. We've seen your question. Your question was, where does Kristin see herself in 5 years as this recruitment entrepreneur? So we will answer that at the end. Hopefully we remember. But moving on to my question. So how did fear play a role on your journey of deviating from the norm? Oh, we did.
Yeah.
Did we? Yes,
Yeah.
You're so right. Am I even here? Am I listening to what's happening? The answer is yes. So glad I could bring you joy. Excellent. So the next question, do you regret waking up and deviating from the norm? And if yes or no, why?
I do not regret it. It's been the best experience of my life, honestly. I just couldn't ask for a better experience. And I just want all my friends, who have the potential, like Beijing here,
Aww.
to really try it out. I know it's really scary, but it's worth it, honestly.
Excellent. That's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And so, what do you attribute to your success as a self-starter?
I don't remember that.
Yeah. So I didn't read over this in the notes, in the cue cards.
Okay. Like I said, I think my ability to say yes, because, honestly, I've been working for myself just as long as I've worked for another company. I've worked for 2 other companies for 4 years, and then I've worked for myself for 4 years. And I think I took all of the experience that I've had. I've gotten advice from my mentors. I've watched videos. I've educated myself. And I think I have the ability to, connect with my clients and just find out exactly what they need and be able to, fulfill those needs. And I think that's why I'm still around, honestly. But, I've grown from just recruitment. I've done other things since then. And it's just because, people know that I'm willing, and it's kind of related to what I do, and I say yes, and it just works out beautifully. So it's been an amazing journey, and I'd love to encourage anybody who wants to talk to me about, starting up their own company. I see some of my entrepreneur friends are listening.
Yeah.
And so, some of them are working for themselves already, and some, Dawn.
Hey,
like
Dawn. Shout out to Dawn.
To the next level, because she's talented.
Yes, she is. I know Dawn. I'm not just saying her name out of the blue sky. I know this lady.
Yeah.
She is an excellent makeup artist. Great. So that's excellent. So our last question for what I have is, what is the greatest advice you would give someone who has an idea but needs to take their first step of deviation to become a self-starter?
I think...
So for those who are listening right now, they have an idea. They need that extra oomph to take their first step to deviate from their present norm. What advice would you give them to get started?
I mean, I know...
Besides subscribing to my YouTube channel. Because I know you want to say that.
Right. I think the best advice that I would give is to do your research too, just to make sure that your idea is indeed a good one. I was in a situation recently where someone had this great idea, and I'm like, did you do your research? Do you think that this would actually work? Test the market to make sure that you have a product or a service that people are actually going to utilize. Like I said, I was blessed. I was going to say lucky, but I was blessed because, I'm here because of prayers.
Amen.
But I was blessed because companies came to me. So that's my research there. They're telling me, hey, we need you to do this. We need you to help us with this. And so I executed, and that's really what it is. I've worked with almost 60 companies at this point, and then there's about 4 of them that are consistent, like every week consistent. And
excellent.
So it's been a great journey.
Let's give Kristin a round of applause, man. That's so exciting. Yes, of course. Celebration is very needed. Okay? Celebration of self. Wow, Kristin, that was fantastic. Thank you for imparting all of that wisdom with us, not just with me, but with us on our YouTube community and our Instagram community. Thank you for tuning in and for joining us live on the Wake Up and Deviate Talk Show. Again, I am your host, Beijing Rodgers, and our beautiful guest, Kristin Kelly. Thank you so much, Kristin. We are now going to enter the phase of questions, any questions that you may have for the Recruitment Entrepreneur. And we have another question here. Okay, that's a really long question. Excuse me as I...
How do you look at the whole chat to see all the questions?
That's there you go. That's what I like to see. Okay. Oh wow, this is a good question. Kristin, if you had a time machine and could go back in time to hang out with your teenage self, what advice would you give teenage Kristin about the future?
Oh, that's good.
Wow. Y'all are deep.
I would basically give myself a little boost of confidence as a teenager. Like, I'm still the same teenager, I feel like, in terms of being bashful, not liking attention. Like, I was always that person. But I would just give myself a boost of confidence and say, listen, like, this is how things are going to turn out for you. Stay on the right track, stay positive. Don't be upset when things don't work out your way because, God has a plan for you.
Amen.
That's what I tell
Wow.
myself.
That's a very, very good advice to give yourself. Excellent. And the last question, we're going to take one more question.
So this one doesn't do questions too?
Yes, it does, but no one is asking questions.
Oh, okay.
So, Jonathan, Dawn, Autumn, any of you who have questions?
Jonathan.
Oh, Jonathan. There we are, Jonathan.
Hi, Jonathan.
Thank you for
My
joining us,
cousin.
Jonathan. Yeah. Yes. Okay, so Jonathan's question is, what were the biggest challenges when starting? What are your biggest, why does it do that? What were your biggest challenges? What are your biggest challenges now? Whether it's with clients or your own personal endeavors. That was a big one. So basically, Jonathan is asking on our YouTube community, what was your biggest challenges and what are your biggest challenges now? That was actually one of the questions that we already went over. So Jonathan, you should have been here from the beginning
No, but
at
I'll
7
answer it.
p.m. I'm just kidding.
This is my good cousin.
I'm totally
gonna
kidding.
answer this for you.
I was totally kidding, Jonathan. But yes.
I'll answer it. I didn't say this, but like I said, I felt like one of the biggest challenges was feeling as if I should be getting a 9 to 5. I felt like, that's what I should be doing, and I felt like, not that people were telling me not to do it, but I didn't have anybody saying, go Kristin,
Go for it.
do it. Of course I had a few of, my friends that supported me and encouraged me. We got CB, we got Natalia, we got Dawn, like my core people that, supported me. And so I think that helped me a little bit. Like I remember Dawn, since Dawn's listening, Dawn created one of my email addresses.
Oh.
Dawn, I think, and Cadero maybe, read over
Wow.
my business plan.
Wow.
So I had my
so you
friends.
had a support group.
Yeah, I had
That's
my friends
wonderful.
that supported me in the beginning and pushed me and
So you would say the greatest challenge is nobody, and not nobody, but there wasn't a crowd of persons who said go for it.
No, people
get it
say,
done, be an entrepreneur. If you fall, at least you tried, go for it.
People would say, so what are you doing now? Are you still working for the bank? Are you still working for the hotel? And I'll say, no, I'm an entrepreneur. I have my own business. And they'd be like,
oh, but why?
Okay.
And I resonate so much with that because when I got my first real adult job, which was in October 2019, so many people, there you go. So many people congratulated me for the job when I was like, wait, but hey, what about the business hello culture that I started from scratch? When I started something out of nothing, do you know what joy that is to start something out of nothing? And you can only ever experience that if you're self-starter. And that's why I have changed my niche to the self-starter, because there's so many of us who have an idea, but they don't know how to get started on it. And I've started so many things in my lifetime, and some of them were successful, some of them were complete failure, but it doesn't matter. I tried. And it is the most scariest thing to put yourself out there like that, but when you do, as Kristin has mentioned to us, when you do, it's a celebration. It's a celebration. So that was a great question. Loved it. This is the end of
your mom, we didn't answer her question.
Oh, what did she say?
She said we didn't answer her question.
What was her question?
So I think your question was about growth and how do I measure growth.
Oh, excellent.
And I would say growth for me is the more clients that I get and the consistency. So the fact that I started, working from home and interviewing at Starbucks to now having an office where I can bring candidates in and interview for my clients and hire. I have someone that works with me. I have persons that work with me part-time. So, that's growth to me, and being able to have more flexibility, make a little bit more money. So all of that, I think.
Your overall lifestyle changed.
Yeah.
Yes. That's excellent. Great question. Yeah. Thank you for asking. Guys, we tried to get to as many questions as possible, but you guys are just rambling in with the questions, which is exactly what we want. So thank you so much for engaging with us. The YouTube community, thank you so much. Instagram community, thank you so much. If you are catching the end tail of the talk show, the Wake Up and Deviate talk show, then you can find this video on YouTube. Okay, this video is on YouTube. The link will be on my Instagram bio so you can easily access it and you can hear, learn, and apply all of the advice given by Kristin and then like 10% by myself. Okay, thank you for watching. I will see you on, I don't know if it's going to be next Wednesday because I'm traveling, so keep up, on a Wednesday. So that would be like very, very hard. Not impossible, but hard to pull off. So just stay tuned on my Instagram to know when the next episode for the Wake Up and Deviate Talk Show will happen. And remember to live a life that's worth living. Sometimes you just gotta wake up from the lies that society says you need to live this way and step off that path to step into the greatness that God has created you for. Amen. And how do you do that? You gotta wake up and deviate. Okay, thank you for watching. Mwah. Love you guys, praying for you guys, and stay tuned. Where can they find you, Kristin, if they want to know more?
You can visit my website at klkconsulting.com.
Excellent.
I'm also on Facebook.
Excellent. Okay, so that's where you can find her. Again, if you have any more questions, you can write it on YouTube, and we will be sure to respond. Okay, thank you. Ciao, ciao. We're out. Exiting YouTube. How do I...